2, 1, and you're live.
Welcome to Late Night Siege for episode number 2. Joining me is, of course, Devmarta. It's not weird unless you make it weird. How are you, man?
I'm good, and I just made it even more weird by realizing I was actually live when I said 3, 2, 1, and you're live. So, good job, Dev.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Yeah, no worries, mate, no worries. Oh, well, episode 2, how you feeling, Raven? I know we've had a big week. In fact, you did 2 casts, then you did a Snowball podcast last night, and now you're back on for Late Night Siege. But at least tonight we actually get to play some games.
Exactly. I am super keen to play some games, and you're right, it's been a massive week. This is the 4th night in a row for me being on camera, talking about Rainbow Six, and the matches for Six Masters earlier in the week were insane. But you know who had a good match, even though they didn't get any points? They had a great match. It was Ferox. And joining us from Ferox is actually Warden. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yourselves?
Yeah, doing well.
Fantastic, yeah. It's nice to just chill out tonight. I think that's kind of... Man, I need to turn this music down. It is way too loud for me. I mean, trying to force the chill vibes down my throat or something. But, yeah, no, I mean, one of the things I'm particularly excited about tonight is that talking to you, who's had a good week, and also hearing some mute strats and some theme park tips, because, I've always been a bit of a mute main myself, and, keen to see what you kind of interpret the operator as, and also theme park. Hopefully not making too much of a fool of ourselves with the callouts on that map, because there's only been one game in ANZ so far played on that map, so no, I'm pretty keen for that.
Yeah, hopefully we get most of the callouts correct. We don't have too many miss-ups.
Yeah,
man. Cool. Well, I guess we are here for Late Night Siege, and for those that haven't tuned in already, because we had an episode last week, which was our first, the show is really about just getting an experienced guest on, somebody from the community that we can let you guys get to know a bit better, as well as give you those tips through operators, maps, just general gameplay. And then, of course, we're going to have some fun towards the end of the stream playing games ourselves. And tonight, that's going to be on Grand Larceny, which neither of us have played yet, in fact.
I actually can't believe that. And I realized the reason why. All 3 of us were actually occupied on the same thing this week with Pro League, right? So all 3 of us were doing that. And I guess that's kind of taken up a lot of the time. But yeah, no, I mean, ever since I heard the whole breaking the floor with no metal beams thing, I've been so keen to try that one.
Definitely be interesting.
Yeah, I'm just going to create some really weird moments. I've seen some really funny videos and GIFs on Twitter of people forgetting how it works or not realizing once they open one part of the floor that there's already a hole below. So they just fall all the way through to
and
their
you
death.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't even thought of that. I'm definitely going to be a noob when we finally jump into this. But I guess kind of moving on and talking about... one of the things that we wanted to touch on, which was Warden or Josh yourself. I know I've spoken to you a lot before. I don't know how many events I've seen you at under the banner of Corva Day. Did you do an event as Darksided? Would have been season 7.
I think two events.
2 events under Darksided. And then there was I've forgotten the team name. Six Oceanic Cup.
Ex Nihilo.
Ex Nihilo, the Latin one that always I could never pronounce it correctly. And then from there, you joined TBD, which is now Ferox, the old TBD. Okay, I'm just going to call you guys Ferox, because now that we have another team called TBD, it's getting too confusing. So, I mean, it's been fantastic to see you at all those events and get a chance to chat to you. You are really one of the old guard in the Rainbow Six scene in ANZ, playing in the Pro League and now in the Six Masters. Can you give us a bit of an overview of kind of yourself and how you got into Rainbow Six and your path through it so far?
Yeah, well, obviously my name's Josh, alias Warden. I've been playing Rainbow Six since beta, which I cannot remember the date of, but I think it's close to 4 years now, maybe just over. I think I've been playing in the comp scene in ANZ since before Pro League was a thing, back in the Cyber Gamer days and stuff. And yeah, I've been on multiple teams, multiple orgs, from playing pretty much every single role I think I've played in comp, from hard breach to entry. So yeah.
Or both this week.
Oh yeah, both this week.
Maverick with your 4Ks and all that. Yeah.
I would love to hear maybe a little bit more about what got you into the esports part of Rainbow Six. Like, it's one thing to playing the game, but what made you think that this is something that you wanted to pursue in a more competitive way?
To be honest, it kind of just happened. I think we're playing. I used to play a lot of rank back in. I think Skull Rain was the first season I really got into rank. Before that, it was more just casual. And I think we were just playing generally with the same 5-stack sort of every day. And we just thought we kind of started doing really well and really starting to enjoy it. And just heard, I think it was Wildman, I think back in the day, who said,
Wow.
"Why don't you play CG?" So he made a team, and yeah, just sort of kept going, and here we are.
Yeah. Since we got you like talking about yourself, and I mean you've been through so many teams, maybe give us a bit of intro into Ferox themselves. So that's your team. You recently changed organization from Fury. Maybe tell us a bit about the team and the roster. I know you've had a lot of roster changes, so yeah, give us a bit of an intro for you guys as a squad.
Yeah, so last season, I think the main core that we were running was myself, Shade, Rock, Golden, and I believe Flex / Muesli, depending on whereabouts in the season. And then towards the start of this season, Rock informed us that he wanted to step down and sort of wanted to stop playing Siege. So we bring in Devmarta and Sushi in replacement for Golden, because he was sort of he was core, but he was sub at the same time. They're just playing a lot of games. So now our current roster is myself, Shade, Devmarta, Sushi, and Todd. That's right.
What's Todd?
Yeah, I feel bad now.
Well, to be fair, I mean, he joined the newest, right? You know, he was playing
Yeah.
in the Six Masters qualifiers for Euro, and then he jumped on board with you guys, like a week out from starting the tournament.
Yeah, so we always sort of planned to trial him depending on what his results were in the qualifiers. Unfortunately, his team didn't make it. Well, fortunate for us, I suppose. But yeah, so we also picked up him, and he's been a pretty good addition so far. He just brings a lot of experience, because like me, he's also been around since, well, pretty much the start of Siege. So the combined experience between us and Shade as well, who was also in, I think, one of my very first teams I made, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, talking about your game this week as well, we casted your most intense match ever between you guys and Wildcard, which sometimes felt a little bit like Ethan versus you. And I mean, not to discredit all the other players on those teams, but maybe run us through, like, we're going to talk to you after that match, but a bit about kind of how you guys went this weekend and how you've been going in the Six Masters so far.
Yeah, we Clubhouse, I think I'll start with, was probably a pretty interesting game. We definitely had multiple opportunities to win, but at the same time, there was 2 attack rounds that we probably didn't even deserve to win at all. So it was kind of a very close game in sort of both regards. I think our biggest sort of flaw was just losing those first 3 attack rounds, kind of sort of set the pace for attack, and it put us in such a deficit that it was almost too hard to recover. We almost managed to do the comeback, but even if we managed to get one more round at the start, we would have been able to bring it to OT. And then going into Consulate, it was sort of just the same thing. Ethan just started, well, going godlike, I suppose you could say. He was just, every single round, he was just consistently getting 2-3Ks and stuff. We just couldn't really shut him down. But even then, we still managed to bring almost a full comeback with our attacks.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
there was one point during that game where you guys were just like, "Yo, if we just kill Ethan, we've got this." Like,
Yeah, I
surely
think
that
it
came
was-
up and comes.
I think one round I got 2 of the opening kills. I think it was on
Spawn
Sledge.
Peak. Oh,
and-
right, yeah.
Not really a spawn peak. He opened the door.
Right.
I may have just popped my head around the corner. And then I think Ethan also, who I managed to pick off as well in the same situation. I think that was sort of the first sort of round we sort of started to get pace and sort of catch up to them. So it was a bit of a turning point in the series, or in Consulate at least. But yeah, he was definitely one of the biggest factors. I think he only got 2 deaths in the first half or something crazy like that.
Was it 11-2 Raven or something?
I think it was like 11-2 or 12-2 or something in his first half, which is just
Nuts.
it's just nuts.
Yeah. So look, we were going to jump in some theme park and talk about Mute and theme park. You guys want to jump into that now? Anything else you guys want to talk about before we go in there?
I'm good. I'm easy.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, Raven, you want to send me an invite? I got a
I
Uplay
will send
connection
you an
error
invite.
apparently.
That never happens. Why
Well-
would that happen?
Just wait. Okay, I have to relaunch, I guess.
Alright,
Alright.
well that's cool. I'm setting lobby up anyway.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so tonight we're going to talk about theme park. We're going to talk about Mute. Warden, why did you choose these operators and maps?
For me, I think theme park, because it's, especially in ANZ, has barely ever got any game time, or in terms of on stream and stuff, and it's quickly becoming one of my favorite sort of maps, which I never thought I'd actually ever say. but I'm definitely
I'm with you
really
on that,
enjoying it
though.
in the comms. And then picking Mute was just sort of because he's one of those operators that he's almost always viable in pretty much every situation. Whether you're using him to stop them opening walls, whether deny drones, whether to even fake a roam, which we actually did against Wildcard and Clubhouse using him. It's just so many different things you can actually do with him.
Yeah. And I guess Raven operator, you played a lot. I know playing rank with you, you're always jumping on that Mute. It was my very first main on defense. I looked at Mute, and that was way before he had SMG11. I was just running the MP5K all the time. Also, Mute, one of my favorite elite animations. Just putting that out there as well. I haven't bought many of the elites, but Mute is one that I could not miss because I just love that whole like VIP screen where he just like statics the camera into nothing. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm still booting up, by the way.
Okay, I've invited you. I also added you, by the way, Warden. I
Ooh.
didn't realize.
Now I feel bad.
Yeah, no, look, I love Mute. Mute can have such an impact on the game in general because even if Thatcher's up, especially if you're playing ranked, like, let's be real, not everybody is keen to just casually use his gadgets. I play against heaps of Thatchers that just want to entry frag or something like that. And yeah, it just really, against certain teams and certain players, just them not being able to drone, is just so good.
Yeah, I've definitely found that, especially if you're playing in a solo queue or like a 2-stack and you're going up against like some really organized players who are like live droning each other and stuff, and it's frustrating when you're playing in like a solo queue 2-stack because you're not really able to do that work as well with your teammates all the time. You can try and do whatever voice comms, but not everyone's going to work with you. But when you come up against it, just chucking a couple of mute jammers down the other side of the map, it slows people down so much. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Especially since as much as you are versing the other team, your biggest enemy / ally is also the clock, which Mute is just such a massive factor to running that time down.
All right, we are in the game now. Perfect. All right.
I love Theme Park.
Yes. So Theme Parks had a quite a significant rework not that long ago. Maybe just briefly, Warden, could you kind of run through some of the main differences that you noticed between like where it is now versus where it was pre-rework?
Honestly, can't actually remember the old Theme Park too much.
To be fair, I think
The
most
biggest
of my
difference was
memories.
Train, right?
Yeah. I think most of my memories are in the Halloween mode that came
Yes.
out.
I think that was where the most I actually played Theme Park.
Yeah.
Was in that
Yeah,
event.
that was good.
That was so good. All right, so we've got Initiation and Office. I'm not sure if this was the first site you wanted to show us, but
Yeah, it was sort of the first one. I actually should have probably got you to bring a shield, which I completely forgot to mention.
sorry, I kind of derailed the conversation. But hey, I have a shotgun, which I guess doesn't matter. But all right, once we all load in,
Yeah, server decides that we don't want to load in.
we'll get there. I do have the music. I turned the music back up.
Epic.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to remember. So the old theme park, there was Train, which went down the middle, kind of cut the map in half, and then the other thing that's really different is what used to be like the haunted house area. That whole side of the map, which wasn't super utilized because there were no objectives that were like really viable, I guess, over there. And that's been completely changed. That's like the bottom dragon kind of area with like maintenance and gong and stuff. And my goodness. Can you guys pedal faster, please?
I don't know.
That's a good point. Now, yeah, I'm sort of starting to come back to me with that. Because I think they left the dragon staircase, but I think wasn't it almost rotated the other way?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it was.
Yeah, and there was a little tunnel that went through it.
Yeah, and then there was like the two sides to the staircase, whereas now it's just like the actual like single staircase.
I'm really like missing the Halloween event now. I want to
that
play
was
it again.
so fun,
It was definitely. I think it's probably my favorite sort of special game mode they did.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking forward to getting to do the. I always forget the name of it. The one tonight. The
Grand Larceny?
Grand Larceny. Because yeah, those arcade kind of playlists, you don't get to do them all the time, so it's good fun. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's. Oh,
there
here
we
we
go.
go.
Hey, there we go.
There we go. All right, perfect. So what do we got, one?
So
You
pretty
wanna
much
give
the
viewers
main
gameplay,
thing.
by the way,
Down to 10
Devmarta?
seconds.
Pardon?
Are you on the right scene?
Yeah.
5 seconds left.
Oh, okay. For some reason on the Discord preview, it's just us, and I was like, hang on, are you showing them gameplay or what?
Stop
mate?
wasting our time, Raven.
Ah, come on.
So the main sort of thing I was wanting to show with Mute is the power that he has to completely deny intel on like an entire half of the map. So starting with your first Mute Jammer, which is sort of placed here, is it denies any drones getting into the site, whether you're this side or bunk/daycare, and as well as being protected from being shot unless they wide swing, which then opens them up to be shot pretty much anywhere from the objective.
Yeah, right.
Which there is a pretty cheeky angle. It's one of my sort of favorite ones to play, which I will probably get punished for doing now. Is little bullet holes in this cabinet here,
Oh no.
and you can see straight through to the bathroom door.
So I'm
Sort of stops.
From this perspective, all I can see 4 little bullet holes, but like you're not looking at that. You know, when you're pre-firing at head level, you know my casing. Oh, I'm gonna get roasted for having a red dot on, but my casing is just completely covering that.
So you should.
Yeah. Normally I would only put one bullet hole, which is a bit sort of harder with the SMG. But yeah, you can sort of it just generally lines up straight with the door, where if you walk in,
That's savage.
pretty much an easy sort of shot.
So in order to do this one, did you use your shotgun to destroy this part of the bar here?
Not there's like a little case of like bottles here that you can either melee it or shoot it. It's not really depending on your weapon,
All right.
and you can sort of just lean into it, and you can just look through the holes and you just see straight through the door. That's probably like one of my favorite angles, which also does double up with protecting that Mute Jammer as well,
Yeah.
which denies pretty much all intel from this direction.
Cool. Yeah.
And normally what I like to do is I chuck a shield sort of halfway down this hallway with a Mute Jammer behind it. Then whether you got like a Wamai device that you can chuck up in these little railings here or something like that, which then protects the shield and also stops drones coming down the long hallway. And then with your third Mute Jammer being behind a reinforcement on this one, that's only 3 of my 4 Mute Jammers down, and already I've completely denied all intel from
this
the
is the
eastern
third
side
one
of the
here?
map. Yep, so this is the third one.
So if you're trying to drone up here, you got to come through this doorway. That's completely jammed. If you want to
Yep.
come through the middle, so yeah, they have to wide swing to kind of shoot that Mute Jammer, and then that's all 3 kind of.
Yeah, like
avenues to
normally
guns.
I would put a shield sort of right here,
Right.
which is dependent on another operator, which will protect that. But yeah, so that's generally the main purpose of these Mute Jammers. It's just to deny intel, which my favorite thing about this is this also works for bunk and daycare, where you have sort of a more extended hold with rotates going in top yellow and also into the office wall here. Sort of works sort of the same way.
Yeah, right. One sec. I'm just gonna real quick change the scene so we get rid of those face cams and see if we have better frames, because I've got some complaints the stream's lagging a little bit. So
Okay.
hopefully this is a bit better now. All done now. So yeah, I'm ready for you to show me the next bit.
Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much the general idea. And like I was saying before, it works on both sides. So whether you're bunk and daycare or the initiation and office, I believe it's called.
Yeah, right.
The next Mute Jammer as well is because generally if you are holding this, maybe not so much for this, like for the office and the initiation, but more for bunk and daycare. When you open up this rotate here, you can actually chuck a Mute Jammer right here on these stairs, and it actually jams any drones coming there. So even though you open up a new sort of passageway for drones, they still can't actually get past that rotate hole.
Right. So is that Mute Jammer kind of the elevation, the effect is even applied for drones that are trying to pass through this rotate?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so right now, pretty much, so there's a little gap sort of right there that a drone can sneak past.
Yeah.
You can move the jammer up. Like if I pick it up here and I'll just forward a bit, that will get the entire catwalk, but it is a bit more exposed to the stairs.
Oh right, I see it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
you can kind of see from the little mute symbol on the bottom left of my screen when I'm standing here. It's affecting that whole area.
Yeah, so even though you actually did open sort of another pathway for drones coming through here, they still, using that 4th jammer stops any drone coming up the yellow stairs, as well as another one coming the rotator.
Nice. Perfect. And I guess I just did this without even realizing, but here's a little trick jump, I guess, that not everyone might be aware of. Yeah, so I guess you can kind of just like line up and jump. Instead of jumping it over the railing, if you kind of aim that you're going to be going onto it. Oh, you can actually do it down there as well?
I think so. I think it's a bit sort of iffy.
And can
Maybe.
can you run up? Oops. Can you actually run up it as well?
I don't think you can actually. I think you hit your head.
Okay. Oops.
It pushes you down. It's like what they did to change Chalet, where you used to be able to drop onto that like the jungle area just before you go to Snowmobile.
yeah.
It's like you slide down the rail.
And if you sprint across and spam spacebar, you can jump up here as well, which is pretty useful. I've seen a lot of people do that before. Kind of get an unusual position, or if like even if you're attacking, and let's say these walls aren't reinforced and you're playing like a sledge, you get up here and then you can make rotates as well. So, I mean, I personally haven't seen a lot of people picking this this initiation site in ranked a lot. So if you are picking it, like, is this like your second choice, your first choice, your third choice?
Going for me, this is generally my first pick, followed with the second being Bunk and the third being Drug Lab. I don't actually like playing Throne
Really?
and Armory myself, mainly due to the fact that you either have to commit almost at least half of your resources just to defending the top floor, or a single buck and sledge will just completely decimate the entire floor pretty much, and there's not really anywhere safe you can play. So that's why I sort of prefer to go back to the Drug and
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Drug Lab, yeah.
So if you are defending this objective, it's your first choice. Like what you mentioned, you had some rotates in the other room office. This is the other bomb site here, initiation. Like, what's the best way to hold this, especially when you have like this wall here? Is this something you open or you?
Yeah, so normally we would also add in a rotate here, and then I'd probably generally add a shield roundabout here near this doorway with a couple ADSs and Wamais. So if the shield's in the right angle, it sort of blocks the rotate, so you can rotate in and out of the room while still being covered from control.
So you can kind of get angles all the way along. All
Yeah.
the way to control from here as well.
And then as long as you sort of reinforce this wall here as well, it stops you from being shot through the wall from the window in break room.
Yeah. Raven knows this is my favorite window. I always.
Dev will commit to being repelled on that window, and he'll probably die in the first part of the round, 80% of the time, I reckon. to that
Whenever they
window.
don't reinforce this wall, I'm like, well, if you just open up some holes and repel the window, you can kill them in this. But no, it never works.
I think a very popular strategy in ranked is just to double repel and sort of send it
Yeah.
through those
yeah.
windows.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I personally always prefer doing an extended hold. I don't think Theme Park is one of those maps where you can sort of really turtle on the site. At least effectively anyway. You might be able to pull a round or two off depending on how you do it. So yeah, generally would open up a rotate there, and then I'd also open up a rotate down to the catwalk here. And then also that last one that I made earlier onto the yellow stairs to the office.
So this is maybe a kind of strategy or mentality that not all ranked players would be super familiar with, which is opening up a lot of rotation holes so that it's not just one rotate hole between the two sites like you would do, here if this is the objective, but you're actually opening up, most of this top floor here, and you're basically trying to hold the entire top floor at once.
Yeah. I personally prefer opening up more because at the end of the day, you want the attackers to be at least wary / scared of pushing in. Whether or not you have even someone playing the rotate hole, the kill holes, watching the angle, they're still going to be a tiny bit hesitant and are forced to watch like 4 different angles before they push in, along with the drones. So it sort of just delays that even more time before they can actually get in the site.
Yeah,
I would
okay.
recommend reinforcing the cafe wall though, just because it's sort of one of the harder areas to sort of hold, and if you reinforce this, it stops them from just sort of getting straight to the catwalk into the site.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people tend to try to push from this cafe door here, and then into cafe, and I guess they can open that wall or like push through here. Is that, if you're attacking, is that something you would typically recommend, or is that?
I definitely recommend it if they're initiation or even bunk. To be honest, it's probably one of the cafe is, as long as you sort of have intel below you to care for like C4s and stuff. It's generally one of the safer options because the only really angle you have to watch is the headshot box over here.
Yeah.
And apart from that, and then the window as well, I mean, it can no longer see the entire hallway, but it can still cut off anyone rotating up from arcade stairs, as well as the catwalk.
I guess one thing, I mean, if you're trying to take this angle against that headshot box you mentioned, like you're saying, it's a headshot, there's only kind of one position they can be in. If they're not beside the box, they've got to be directly above the box, so maybe you can just aim at it and even pre-fire, and you're kind of safe contesting and trying to get into cafe.
And there is also the hatch directly above that now as well, which so you can usually bank a nade off the back of the wall if someone is playing there and stopping your team from pushing in.
Yeah, cool. And another thing you mentioned is just be careful of this floor in here, which is all soft. That leads down towards drug. Maybe if you play like a pulse, or even mute has a C4 as well. If you have some information in here, you can try to throw some C4 and kill people.
Yep, because yeah, me also has the bulletproof, which you can also chuck in cafe or even a make-sure camera as well. Because if you are playing probably either of these sites, this will be the main area. If they decide to push from the west side, they will push from. So just any intel sort of in cafe or in the arcade / like catwalk area will be very beneficial.
Down to 15 seconds.
I'm sorry, I've just got all the Elevate guys DMing me on Uplay right now saying, hey stream, and they're going to be incredibly disappointed when they find out that I'm using game capture, so their Uplay notifications aren't going to come up, so shame on you Cynics and War Turtle.
Get called out.
Alright, so I mean, that's a pretty basic overview of initiation. Is there another objective you want to go through next, maybe?
Probably I'll go straight to lab, I think. Because
Sure.
Bunk is sort of pretty similar to initiation if you do the extended sort of hold of it.
What operator would you like?
Completely whoever you want for this one.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure, mate.
I'm personally super keen to hear what you say about lab because I never play lab, to be completely honest, like almost ever.
Yeah, but it's more, it's sort of more just a personal preference. Like Throne can definitely be viable, depending on how you hold it. I just personally don't like playing it, mainly because I'm very sort of fidgety on defense.
Yep.
5 seconds.
Playing sort of the Jaeger, I tend to
I've never noticed that watching your matches.
I really don't like sitting still. So generally, if I do sort of play drug, I prefer doing a extended hold, utilizing Throne but without actually playing it, which once again, just one mute jammer, pretty much blocking the door, and that sort of blocks the intel
Did
from
you
pretty
reinforce
much
this
this
then?
entire way.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd normally reinforce maintenance.
Okay. Yeah, so
And-
this room here is called Throne, just for reference, and over here this is Armory. And this is one objective which most people would pick first, but you're saying you prefer the drug lab objective, but you want to kind of have presence in here.
Yeah, like in ranked, I think definitely this is probably the most picked site overall, to be honest, just for the sole factor that it requires a lot of sort of coordination to go sort of the other sides, and it's pretty easy just to sort of deny this wall with C4 or a pack trick,
Yeah, right.
which I completely missed, but that's beside the point.
So, I mean,
Yeah,
that's one
so-
thing that maybe just quickly touch on. Like, if I'm playing Castle, I have impact grenades. If this wall's reinforced and there's a thermite trying to place a charge on the other side, I can just kind of grab an impact grenade, and when I see the thermite charge going off, if I throw it at the roof on the other side, that explosion will usually destroy that thermite charge.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I do believe you actually have to deny the wall, you actually have to throw it on the actual wall rather than the roof.
Really?
So if you sort of stand like on this box here and aim at the bottom part of that wall, is actually the main way you deny it if it's on the right side. Just because the roof's theme park does have very high sort of ceilings compared to the other maps.
And you can do that same thing on the left side as well. Look,
Yeah.
Raven knows how bad I am at impact tricking. He often makes fun of
Oh
me.
my
for it.
lord, it's actually painful.
I mean, surely you just let them open the breach so you can kill them faster, right?
That's a great
Surely.
idea. That was my strat all along.
So yeah, so like if you sort of
Dev's always distracted, and then he'll end up just throwing it too deep, and then he's like exposed, and he'll die. And you're like, oh no, I messed it up. Sorry, bro. Like, all the time.
At least I tried, man.
yeah, like, it's actually a good thing that you did go castle because he's actually an extremely strong operator for sort of doing the extended hold. If you
Perfect.
did want to like sort of castle this barricade here, and then that along with a mute jammer and maybe like an ADS, pretty much at least forces them to use in utility where they instead of somewhere else, whether that be an Ash Charges or Fear, unless they do have a sledge, which kind of makes it a bit sort of harder. And there is also only the one drone hole on the east side of Armory, so you can chuck a mute jammer there. Personally, I don't because it's a pretty easy sort of angle just to shoot the drones,
Right.
and
so-
you might also get a cheeky sort of feet kill as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I mean, that's a good point. If you prevent them from droning through here, you can actually just... You're aware that they might drone through here. You just watch for it and kind of keep an eye on it. Especially if this wall here is castle, you don't have to worry as much about getting killed from that doorway until they open it. So you can just watch that drone
Yeah.
hole.
And also the good thing about this is the way they introduced barrels, or changed barrels I should say, is actually added barrels here, so you can safely rotate without having to deal with the window, at least straight away anyway. And as well, if you want to chuck another castle barricade here, it just once again just adds entire sort of another room where you're sort of safe from immediately dying anyway from the outside.
So let's say maybe you're sitting here for a bit, you've shot a few drones, a couple of them have got muted, and then they destroy this castle barricade. Maybe they're trying to thermite open that big wall on maintenance. That's when you may be thinking, okay, instead of trying to shoot some people here, I'm actually just going to run away.
Yeah. So my main objective when I do play here isn't to sort of necessarily die or get kills. It's just to make them either waste utility or once again waste even a thermite charge to get this wall open, then fall back safely. Because that alone, by the time they sort of droned it, done what they need, it'll at least be a minute off the clock. So it's really just a sort of time waste strategy. and that's not even if you do decide to place it to the death here, just like a single ADS behind this wall, and you can sort of just keep crouch spamming and click some heads.
Very nice, and we know how well you do that.
Sometimes.
Yeah, you did pretty good games this week. I don't know what. Do you remember how you went in the scoreline?
Yeah, I think I was 10 and maybe 30 or 11 and maybe 13 kills. I think on each map, maybe possibly.
Terrible, mate. Terrible.
There was one round actually, which I'm pretty upset about. I think it was in Clubhouse, where I was high, sort of snuck up to a corner. I think it was a 4, and I shot thermite and then just whiffed a bit of bullets on the Capital. And if I did manage to secure that kill, it would have possibly been sort of the OT round that we sort of needed.
I remember that round that I was most upset for you on was when you got that 4K. You just repelled on Consulate. You like repelled into Connector, got a 4K, got the diffuser down, and then Ethan just like C4s you.
Yeah, I honestly didn't expect him to still have a C4. That was pretty shocking. Yeah. It wasn't sort of cool that he used that. I kind of just sort of assumed, which my bad. Yeah. But yeah, it's a bit weird for Valkyrie to have a C4, you know, that late into the round.
Yeah.
Especially since most of our cameras were dead as well.
Alright, so like we kind of talked about this extension, but there's a lot of objective over there. You know, what if they just jump in through the windows and kill everyone?
So generally I make another rotate sort of around this area, depending on which wall, and if you do castle, that sort of just adds another quick rotate back from barrels, so you don't have to, you're not forced to go through this window or through this door and be shot from either the catwalk or the window in the sort of arcade entrance area as well.
Yeah. I'm a bit worried about this hatch here. Do you want to do we reinforce that or do we open it?
I normally don't, because it's sort of like, it's not really an easy hatch. So if you're up there to sort of peek, you kind of have to be directly on top of the hatch, more or less, to actually sort of get an angle. So like, if I do want to look down, I'm sort of having to fully expose my body just to look further into barrels.
Yeah, you can't actually see. And if I'm trying to cover that other rotation over here, like, I'm probably gonna, if you stand on there and try and look for me at that rotation. Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, there you go, Raven. So I can actually see your feet. Can you even see me, Raven?
No, I can't see you. I literally have to go prone to
so it's sort of,
even then I can't aim down enough. So
I
actually can't shoot you.
It's pretty easy to contest. So it's normally, I prefer leaving it open and unpop just sort of like a bait to see if someone will open it, and then you know, quick contest with them, and you might get lucky, get a pick, or they might fall back.
Alright.
My sort of general rule of thumb with Drug is to always reinforce this off as well, because late round is just going to create like sort of a world of issues if this wall is all soft. Oh, we do have enough reinforcements actually.
Yeah, we actually do. And I think for most players playing ranks, they see this objective and they're thinking, oh, I'm really worried. What if the attackers just yeet in through this window right here? So what are you kind of doing? We've talked about that roam like horizontally. What are you doing to stop them from just yeeting in here?
Generally, I sort of play. I sort of get one person sort of play in this sort of just storage area, then another one is normally extended. And with this window, it normally just comes to intel, because they can't, like, even just one person sitting right here with a shotgun, you shouldn't really lose that gunfight, as long as you sort of got like maybe a single ADS so you don't get flashed or anything. It's a sort of pretty exposed angle, and with the since theme park changed as well, and they introduced these sort of blocks here, you can't actually swing as wide as you sort of used to be able to. Which just kind of stops a lot of angles.
Yeah, you can't get any long angles at all. You really have to kind of play close. So as long as you kind of stay out of this direct pathway here, maybe then you're pretty safe.
Yeah, it's sort of just one of those things. As long as you're aware of it, it shouldn't really have too many issues, unless the guy, you know, sort of like another Ethan clone and sort of just starts flicking heads.
Yeah.
With bathroom as well, you can chuck a ADS jammer here. There is a drone hole, I believe, directly behind me somewhere. Maybe. No, it's in here actually. Here, so there is this one drone hole here, which is once again I don't generally mute it, because it's sort of just it's only a little hole you have to watch and just keep an eye on. If you're sitting anywhere here, you should be able to hear the drone before it sees you, so it shouldn't really be too much of an issue. And with this mute jammer here as well, it's sort of, they have to be sort of semi-close, because the further away you get, kind of the less the angle is. I think you have to be about here to actually get the pixel angle on it, to actually even be able to kill it. So before then, as long as, once again, generally you'll probably have someone roaming around yellow stairs anyway, so they probably won't push this far up to the hallway. Most people tend to just open up this wall here and sort of lock down the hallway that way. They don't actually like pushing down this hallway at all.
All right.
And
So you're talking like, is this kind of like a two people, one person on A, one person on B, one person roaming throne? Is that what we're looking at? And then maybe two more players?
Yeah, pretty much. So like, I'll normally have 1 to 2 depending on who I'm versing and whether it's ranked, whether it's comp or anything like that. It'll really depend on what I sort of feel like doing. And if I'm ranked, if the team doesn't push east, they just go straight above. I wouldn't really extend too many people east. I'd more do like a loose sort of upstairs hold without reinforcements, just sort of a like, you know, I'm up here, shoot 1 or 2 drones and fall back safely. So you don't really want to lose anyone top floor, as there's not too much they can see. Like, yeah, they can open all the floor, but they did remove the hatch from the corner, so in reality, as long as you sort of stay hidden, and you should be fine. Like, they can open quite a bit of the floor, but it's just sort of, it's one of those things where if you just bring a pulse or even mute with the C4, you should be able to pick him pretty easily.
Yeah, honestly, I often play like a buck or something on these attacks, and I'll often open up, you know, around here or something to kill that position really deep. Oh no, sorry,
Yeah.
it's a bit further along here. And to be honest, I always just get shot by like some dude that's playing on site. He looks at my holes and he kills me. So
Yeah, it's one of those weird maps where for some reason shooting people through the floors is a bit harder than like quite a few of the other maps. I just don't know whether it's because the way theme park floor is, like it is sort of the harder floor to destruct compared to it's that sort of greywood. It tends to be a bit more sturdy.
Alright, so that's drug. Are there other sites you wanted to go over, or do you want to go anything from like an attacker perspective?
Maybe just might quickly go over bunk and daycare. Because pretty much for me, I personally sort of just do the exact same as initiation. Like same rotate holes and everything, just maybe a bit more flipped in terms of where you play. Because it's sort of the same thing, you just do the same mute jammers, and whether or not you actually play anyone over there, they still have to waste an insane amount of utility just to sort of push.
Yeah.
I will note as well, if you do want mute to be sort of extremely OP, I would definitely consider banning Thatcher on attack for the attackers. Hindsight can be 20/20 though, it can also hurt you if you aren't sort of used to dealing with the mute jammers. But it definitely sort of gives you a massive advantage on the defense round.
I got your shield this time, by the way, bro.
Ooh. So then chuck the mute jammer here. And then I like to hide or get like whoever's playing with if we have one, to sort of chuck them up in this little grate up here.
Yeah.
So that sort of just sucks any ash charge or flashbang or whatever they use to try to burn the shield straight there.
Nice.
And then yeah, if you just sort of same rotates again is what I prefer to make, sort of just reinforce, you know, over off initiation, make it rotate in here. And then same with the top yellow stairs. And I'll bring a second shield to sort of chuck around here. And that sort of just stops anyone from really pushing here easily anyway. So if they do want to push in here... Sorry, go on.
I was just to say, is it worth bringing a Goyo so you get like that extra shield, or would you just bring like a Valkyrie with a shield or someone else with a shield?
It's really up to you, like, because it's one of those things where Goyo can be sort of really helpful. I mean, he is a very strong operator with 3 shields, but at the same time,
2 shields now.
If you're gonna... Oh, sorry, 2 shields, yeah, 2 shields. If you do bring him, he can also hinder you, for the sole fact that if you do decide to sort of ban a trick here, having a Goyo shield there will sort of force you to almost fall back and give them the wall. So it really just depends on what you feel like playing at the time. I mean, you don't even have to have the shield here, you can sort of just not even place a mute jammer here, just shoot the drones that come down the hallway. It's just that you do always have to be very cautious of the cache balcony angle, which most teams will just sort of spray into.
I'm not sure if you watched the Wildcard Sinister game where they played this map. There was this nuts as angle. Yeah, they opened up this wall, and then there was a C4 like thrown over here. I don't actually have a C4, but they kind of like threw it over.
Camera feed up and running.
And do you have a C4?
Yeah, that's exactly it. You just like...
and that killed the Sinister player on the thermite, and that was insane. Like trying to thermite this wall.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty powerful C4, yeah.
Sorry, Wildcard. Here's also a favourite Valk cam of mine that I'm going to donate to the stream. This one, it not only does it see all of the dragon, but you can kind of see anyone pushing down the hallway and anyone in waiting room as well. It's in a pretty obvious spot. It sometimes does get shot, but you'd be surprised how many times I get away with this Valk cam and they don't shoot it. And also what you can do, you have a spare drone, Raven?
I do.
You can actually get your drone there as well. If you just throw it down here, you can kind of like jump up there and kind of go around the corner onto that bit, and then you jump. Exactly, and then you go along the railing, and you can sit right there, and that drone can see exactly what that Valkyrie can.
Oh, and that just got muted. How neat is that?
Oh, really? Well, there
Yep.
you go. We have a counter strat, so... So now every time I'm going to be putting that drone there, someone's going to have this shield and this mute jammer here, and it's going to
Yeah.
ruin my day.
I was just thinking as well, how nice would it be if you could actually get onto these stairs? Like, whether if you use like a breach charge or something, it just opens up another way to get sort of down. It'd be absolutely
that
pointless,
exit.
but it just looks cool.
Yeah, breaching charge that bit right there.
Yeah. Walk in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
so like that's generally what I like to do because I mean, if anyone wants to thermite this control wall as well, it's almost like a free pick. Just whether it's a C4 here, C4 below, or anything like that, it's a very hard wall to safely get to. Even once you place your charge, you kind of are forced to run away because there's nowhere safe you can sit with the wall open.
Yeah.
So it's sort of very. It's very hard. Like the mute jammer does get sort of half the wall as well, so even if they do open it, they have to do here, assuming you're not bringing a bandit.
So, you mentioned Thatcher bans on this map. If you want to play a lot of mute, are you going to be banning that Thatcher?
I definitely would if you're sort of like able to destroy the mute jammers yourselves. It comes with like practice whether or not you're using grenades and banking them off the walls, or just using a twitch from different angles. If you feel confident enough to get rid of the mute jammers, I would definitely consider banning Thatcher so it doesn't help them and sort of you're not hindered by it too much.
No Kali at all then?
Not like most of the jammers aren't in spots you give me Kali. This is probably the one exception.
Yeah.
For the sole purpose that it's up against the wall. But even then, you can move it to this side. If they do bring a Kali as like a little counter, it just means it can be shot a bit easier from this angle. Where if it's on the other side, they sort of have to get here if they actually want to even shoot the jammer.
Yeah.
Which is sort of they should die. You'd hope though. You'd hope so anyway.
Alright, cool. Anything else for this site you wanted to go over? Do you want to go over Throne? I know you hate it, but do you want to go over Throne?
Yeah, we can go over Throne.
Maybe, is it worth, if we're up here, do you know any of the angles that kind of go and look down into Throne? Maybe we can show people some of that, just in case they're attacking Throne.
Personally, I don't too much, just because I kind of avoid Throne.
Yeah.
But
The main ones
maybe
I know
our
of that are
sledge
helpful is
player.
like over behind this desk is pretty good because people sit behind Furnace,
Yeah. You
which
can
is
kind
over
of
to
see
the west.
Maybe throw a grenade
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
kind of hard to see, but you can bank a nade down there. I'm probably gonna stuff it up, which I did. But did that hurt you? Oh.
3 damage.
Yeah, so there's that, and then I think opening up deep here is always good because then you can look towards the double door, which is behind that pillar.
Yep, that's a common plant spot down there on that pillar there.
Yep.
Oh, I can't.
And then
pick
this spot is becoming increasingly good to open because people sit. Oh, sorry, not there. I think it's here. Yeah, so people sit up on those boxes.
I hate that.
Yeah, it happens so much now. So
Yeah.
this is always a good one to open up because you want to check that spot before you enter.
I will just quickly note as well. This is the angle I was saying before. That's what there. So you can just melee those
Oh,
boxes,
okay, right.
and then a couple, and then yeah, good to use. And then just like a single bullet hole, sort of a bit, and you can sort of see all the way through. So this is where if I was like I probably wouldn't peek from the side, sort of quick peek here, and I walk in halfway and my head's gone pretty much, so to speak.
Nice. I don't have anything to break them, but there are a couple other holes. I know there was a stream that Zeronic and Macy did. And if you kind of open up all this, and then there's a soft wall down there, you can kind of break that one open as well. And I think that actually has an angle that goes all the way onto the side of the throne room. If you sit up here, and I'll go down below. So that's the holes that are over there. If you destroy this wall,
You want me to come down?
it's really fine. Can you see me at all, Warden?
Yeah. So I can sort of see like the lower half of your body now.
Yeah. So
Maybe
especially
actually
if-
I probably can get the angle in your head. Well, actually,
so I'm
that's actually,
crouched-
yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so I'm in a really common position, especially if the maintenance wall over there is
Yeah.
open. This is a really common spot to sit in. Yeah, there you go. You could easily kill me. And imagine if you were
Yeah,
like
I
a
think-
sledge with an
Yeah.
echo.
Standing.
Yeah.
So that's just the hollow side. I can definitely see your head there.
Yeah, so I mean that's another option as well for that I've seen. If people are struggling playing against that position down in throne room, then bring in that vertical play. Maybe a buck or an ash you can use to destroy that wall. Even sledge shotgun or whatever if you're into that.
Yeah, so it's pretty hard angle to see, to be honest. Like I wouldn't be able
It's
to.
so hard, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to shoot back through there.
Also not necessarily aware of it. Alright, you two got 1 minute 45. You want a 1v1?
Oh, pressure.
Alright, you got 10. You got countdown. At 1:30. It's on. Alright.
Let me just turn my sound on so I can actually hear footsteps.
It's pro player versus Watched Up X Pro.
Oh no! As you can see, I'm not the SMG user.
Oh!
Oh no!
Surely!
What happened? Think about you would have had a shotgun.
What happened?
I didn't want to push through that door. So I started backing away, and then I just instinctively hit reload, and then I was stopped.
Oh no. Alright, cool. Is there anything else you wanted to go over on that? Maybe if you want to talk about loadouts for Mute, we could back out of the game and go into the op menus?
Yeah, we can do that. I don't think there's anything on theme park particular I've left to show.
Alright, cool. Let's go to the menu. You can talk us through the Mute loadouts. And then afterwards, if there's anything else you want to show us on Mute on any other maps, we can do that. Otherwise, we'll dive into that new mode, Grand Larceny.
Well, with Mute, personally, I think, especially with Mozzie losing a shotgun as well, I think you pretty much always, at least in 99% of situations, you want to be running the shotgun. It's just, it's too good not to run, I suppose, for kill potential as well as opening up rotates. Not that the MP5K is bad, but it's just greater good, I suppose.
So attachments on the shotgun?
Attachments-wise, laser's one of those things. Lasers make opening up rotate holes a bit harder, but at the same time, you can sort of easily do it, and it just helps a lot with the kill potential. So I'd definitely run a laser. For sights, I run a reflex sight, but it doesn't really matter too much. People use iron sights. Sights don't really change that much in terms of how the shotgun functions at all. With the MP5K, if you do decide to run it, I don't like running laser sight on sort of most ARs to SMGs for the purpose that if you are sort of hiding in a corner, it just gives away your position. And you're not going to be doing too much hip firing. Well, I'd hope anyway. Unless you've got the shotgun. So I run a muzzle and a holographic for that one as well.
Nice. I'm glad I'm using the right muzzle attachment here.
For the SMG-11, I mean, you're never going to run the pistol. No. SMG-11 is always going to be sort of the way. I haven't used it in a while, but I run a compensator with a holo, and I do run the laser on the SMG, just for the time. It's that fast firing that you don't have to ADS with it right in front of you, but it can also still be RNG whether or not you do get the kill. But I've seen every attachment work though for the SMG, so it just depends whether you're holding the trigger, sort of burst firing, or how you play it. Extended barrel, I've seen it work. I've seen pretty much everything work, and then scope is just really personal preference.
I'm actually really surprised that you said compensator, because I personally run the flash hydrant. I play a lot of smoke and Mute, and I just one time I had it on compensator for some reason, and I was playing SMG-11. I just missed every shot, and I didn't know what was wrong. And I checked, and I'm like, compensator, that's the problem. So
yeah, it's sort of the way I play generally. I don't sort of go for those sort of more longer range engagement. I'm sort of more in your face, where like the shotgun will be just as effective as the SMG, so the comp does sort of come in a bit more handy. But definitely run the flash if you are going to be using it for sort of longer range engagement, burst fire help that it has.
Pardon me. And pistol, not really worth talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you do you, but personally I would never run it over the SMG. I just don't see why I would. And then for bulletproof and nitro, most of the time I actually run a bulletproof and Mute over nitro, just for the purpose that it's, you have the shotgun. You can easily shotgun someone through the floor if they're on cameras or something, and if you have your bulletproof in a cheeky position. But then at the same time, nitro is just as powerful. It really sort of depends on the site and how you're playing Mute. Like, if you're playing Mute more site operator, sort of site orientated, I would definitely say maybe bring the bulletproof. But if you're doing more of like a sort of roamer hold and you want to get the sort of C4 kills from below the map, definitely C4. Just sort of depends how you play him.
Okay, cool. I guess that kind of rounds out his kit. Is there anything you wanted to... I mean, Raven, anything else you wanted to talk about? I know you run the MP5K a lot. Any counter arguments for what Warden was saying?
Not really. No, I actually completely agree with what he was saying. Sometimes I run Flash Hider. I kind of bounce between muzzle or Flash Hider on most guns, to be completely honest. But other than that, I completely agree. And we have like literally the same loadout on the shotgun. I personally run the laser sight because I've been burned way too many times by what I would consider a death shot with the shotgun without the laser sight. And so yeah, with that laser sight, you definitely have more of an assurance that you at least down them or one shot them. And I just find that so much more beneficial than the ease of rotates, because you can still make those rotates pretty comfortably with it on.
Yeah, for me personally, I play a lot of smoke and mute, especially when I'm solo queuing, playing with people who I don't know for sure that they're going to bring a shotgun or some impact grenades to make those rotates between sites or whatever. So for me, it's always been a big priority to learn how to use that SMG-11 well. So I think for anyone who's kind of looking to be either a smoke or a mute player, even a sledge player, it's really good to be able to learn that SMG-11 recoil and get really comfortable with it. And I guess one way that you can practice that if you're not so comfortable is you can go into training grounds as sledge and just run that SMG-11 instead of the L85, and I guess see how you do with that.
Yeah, I'm definitely very hit or miss with the SMG. I'll either hit every shot or I'll miss every shot. But it probably is still one of the most powerful secondaries in the game.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else to cover off on mute? Did you want to show us any spots on any particular maps?
Probably not that I can think of.
All right, you just
other
want to
than
get into
the
Grand
default
Arsenal.
sort of consulate ones, which I think most people, it's sort of been around. I think they call the pentamutes pretty much because they've sort of been around since then. So I think everyone sort of knows them.
Look, I'm down to just jam some Grand Larceny if you want, boys.
Yeah, I'm keen.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you opened your alpha pack yet, Dev?
I have
The
an
free
alpha
Grand
pack.
Larceny pack, I should say.
Oh no, I
Grand Larceny one.
haven't. I have not. I'm gonna invite you guys, and then I will. Grand Larceny packs open now. I haven't actually looked at the collection yet. I'm gonna look at the collection.
It's pretty
first.
I think the
I do
Warden
like.
skin's definitely the best, surely.
Warden, hey? Warden with the Warden. Surely we'll see some of that.
If only I got that skin.
Well, you did, didn't you, Raven?
I got the headgear. That was my free pack, was the headgear for Warden. So yeah, pretty lucky with that one.
I actually love the fuse one. It really goes well with the headgear I have equipped for him. Ooh, another Maverick skin. Do like my Maverick skins. Crisp.
Did you get the headgear or the uniform?
I haven't locked anything yet. I'm just
Oh, you look at the collection. Yeah.
All right, I'll open it now. I like the packs actually have like the suit. It is a legendary. I guess they all are. Ooh, it's the fuse headgear.
Oh,
I
nice.
actually
Yeah,
really
that was
like
pretty
that one.
I got that as
cool.
well.
That was pretty cool.
That was the same one I got with my free pack.
I actually don't play much fuse, but well, I like it. It's
It
better than all
reminds
the
me
other
of
ones I have.
You remind me sort of like an old school rugby player, to be honest.
Yes, it's actually super slim. It's like
Yeah.
the slimmest of all of the headgears I've got for fuse. That's cool. All right, so look, I'm gonna be frank. The only thing I know about Grand Larceny is the stuff that I read in the like the updates that we got like internally like months ago. So I haven't seen anything about this for a really long time. So there's like safe boxes or something.
Yes. You have to like capture. I think it's 3 safe boxes or safes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't say that very easily. Or like obviously eliminate the other team, or time out or something. But yeah, I think that's the objective.
Yeah, right, okay. And it's on Old Hereford as far as I'm aware.
Yes.
Yeah,
What a
correct.
throwback.
I believe it doesn't matter where you select, it's just your spawn. I don't think it changes the objective too much.
Oh, okay.
I could be completely wrong,
Oh my
but I think
goodness.
you just spawn where you sort of select.
Look at Cade's moustache.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Nuts.
Oh my god, I get ITA. I don't know. So it's shotguns only. What other skins have we got? Ella? No. Echo, Warden. I mean, of course, Warden's on the Warden, right?
I mean, I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
Someone's saying use Alibi. Alibi doesn't have a.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has that shotgun.
What shotgun? Sorry.
That barrel. I can't remember what it's called. The one that Maestro and Alibi have.
Right.
I don't think it's
like
actually
the
in the game.
AA.
The AA-12
something.
lookalike. Yeah.
Someone says that she does. Apparently.
Oh, she does.
Oh, there's a
maybe she
custom
does.
intro. This is new to me. This is so awesome. R650MI, as in 50 million players. That's awesome.
Ours is ours.
Oh
I think
my
I think you
God.
can shoot the safes all the way to the bottom floor as well.
Let's do it.
Ah.
Wait,
oh, that
so
could be strat.
there's 5 saves.
Oh, I wonder if you can get crushed by the safe.
Oh my god!
You just get rushed?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. I just got pushed from somewhere. I'm hearing footsteps.
Alibi has the supernova, says someone. The dark is just darking everyone up.
Dark is going off, dude.
Nice,
Go on.
dude.
Stop doing your job.
Oh.
Go home in a box.
wait, they saw the safe that was downstairs.
Yeah, they got 2 of them.
I'm scared.
They only need 1 more, right?
There's only one
Oh,
of
shotgun
us.
behind me.
Uh
Nice one.
oh. Oh, we lost.
Clinkers got away with us.
Clinkers.
Okay, I totally didn't realize that there's a lot of safes.
There's 5 of them.
There's
That's what I was saying, dude.
I totally blanked. Oh, no way.
Don't forget to add your club challenges as well if you haven't already. There is a
Ooh.
current one for 20
Oh,
kills.
good
You
point.
get the free pack.
Point, thank you.
I actually haven't added any of the recent ones.
Yeah, Alibi
Awesome.
does get the supernova.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Alright.
So are there any auto shotties? Maybe FO12? I want to bring someone who has a
There is a
skin.
couple. I think Valk. Yeah, Valk has a spaz.
Who's got the skin? That's what I care about. Well, my. What? Oh, they're 612? Alright. Give that a shot. Wait, Warden isn't playing
haven't-
Warden? This is going to confuse me.
I'm on Warden now.
I remember when the Spaz 12 first released and how strong it was.
Games afoot.
Flashbacks to
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
hiding in the Oregon bathroom with the shotgun.
Oh, damn, dude. It's so weird. You just, like, one smack and you can see, like, ah!
I really want to see if the safe kills me, but at the same time I don't want to die to it, so like...
I'm willing to test this. I'm willing to test this.
No way.
What came up in the kill feed?
Die.
I got rushed.
Oh my god.
Sophia was above. I don't know where the others are. Oh, Capital's top floor.
He wins these, he does.
I wonder if it tells me if they're taking a safe, that's the one.
I don't think it does. Because it didn't last
Sophia's
round.
your east side. Your floor, east side. Now main hallway. Main hallway. Shot cam.
You're supposed to be defending the safe.
Oh no!
It's all over.
Man, those auto shotguns are nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're crazy.
And how many bullets do you get in this one? Like, holy damn.
Oh, no way.
Alright, FO12 is definitely powerful. Alright. FO12 anyone?
This is going smashingly so far.
Oh, you don't get the boss
Okay,
G,
I'm
that's a
worried.
shame. I was thinking, imagine if you can you like jump up the holes in the floor like you can with
Oryx?
Yeah, Oryx.
Oh, good point.
That's actually, yeah, I don't know. Surely not. I mean,
That would make Oryx so good, dude.
Well, there's like
Just make it
4
rotate
floors on
anywhere.
this map. Yeah, I want to try that actually. That'd be sick.
Is every operator available to play? I can't even remember if I saw
Yeah,
them.
yeah. No, they
Oh.
are all.
I don't think so. I think it's less, right?
It looked less, right? Like, it definitely looked it, but
That's what I thought.
it seems so weird not being able to scroll wheel as well. I keep instinctively doing it when I'm in spawn.
Yeah, I keep clicking 2 to go to my pistol, and nothing happens. Alright, good luck,
See ya.
Raven.
Thanks, bro.
Alright, I'm just
I'm
gonna
so
come
screwed.
in the slow way. Oh. Oh! Oh my god. Oh, hello.
Cracking a safe. Oh, we're just rolling these guys.
I have 2 safes
let's
on
go
me,
sugar.
dude.
Is that below or
Below
above?
me, I think. Above.
Hear the news. We cracked the safe.
I got 2 safes on me, dude.
Oh!
Yes!
Run out.
Oh my god, it's so weird being able to fall through floors. Imagine how much of a different game Siege would be if you could do that on every map. It would be
Yeah,
so
oh my
hard to
Oh,
defend.
dude. Yeah.
Well, that was in the E3 trailer, right?
I think so, yeah. I think it was.
Yeah.
Because I remember they made like a hole in the floor and like jumped down it or something to save the hostage.
Yeah, yeah. What does Gridlock get? Ooh, the Spas G. Yes, please. Spas 15, sorry, not Spas G. What am I-
Oh, yeah, that's a Caveira shotgun, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I'm gonna
Yeah,
chuck
that's
a
a good
laser
shotgun.
on it too.
That was so none of these shotguns have attachment on them.
Yeah, they don't have any attachments by default. Imagine if all ops had a shotgun. Yeah, well, I mean, they do in this mode. This is, you don't have to imagine it. Just watch. Oh god. Yeah, it's funny that they decided to get rid of a couple of weapons like the AA-12. I feel like it just would have been so good.
Oh, yeah, that shotgun would have been.
I feel like that's why it was removed.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Oh look, I think it's gonna lag if I bring the face cam.
Oh, you just get spawn peeked from something?
Yeah, this guy's
That
trying
does
to
a lot of
freaking run
damage.
up. Oh,
And they got out there. Firebolt.
try. Good roll. 30 HP, dude. Guy just ruined.
That's like a death sentence in this game mode.
Yeah.
Oh no! This guy just straight off wallbangs me. This duck guy.
Aren't you coming up the stairs? Oh no, he ran out.
I got him.
Oh, nice.
Wait, is the
Oh no, Raven!
I missed!
One
No!
That's all we need.
Oh, he's 1 HP, dude.
I think sound is so hard in this game mode because everything's open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Can't pinpoint where people are.
Oh no!
Oh,
Mate, that FO12 is so
The
good.
Klunkers will be avenged.
apparently the pro tip is that the French shotgun is great for spawn peaks.
Alright.
That is the one that rolled me.
That's a cool end screen.
That is pretty sweet.
Ooh, that's nice. That's sick.
I really want to use that Winchester sort of rifle look in there.
Yeah. I wonder if the attacker windscreen is the same.
I think it'll be different, surely.
You'd think
Yeah,
so.
I'm pretty sure it's different. I feel like I've seen some screenshots of that or something.
Someone's saying if anyone had the AA-12, the map would be obliterated in a few seconds. Yeah, I mean, in this game mode, what I want is I just want, like, to play it by myself, and I just want to remove everything from the map. Just make it like a box.
Yeah, I would love to sort of, like, if you could get this in a custom game and just destroy everything.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I just think the arcade, like, game modes in customs would be really cool, just like at all times.
Yeah.
I would
Especially
definitely
the
still try and
Halloween
get-
one.
Yeah, that and Showdown, man. I would definitely still get some Showdown customs going.
Showdown.
I think a Showdown would have been a cool game mode just to sort of leave going all the time because it was actually a pretty good, like, semi-warm-up sort of game mode, to be honest.
Exactly, man. I swear I felt so sharp when Showdown was around.
I stratted out Showdown, I'm not gonna lie.
Stratted.
I fully, like, I've turned the cams back on, by the way, just while we're queuing. I fully stratted out Showdown. I did, like, I had the best smoke spots. I would create, like, a channel, and me and Sky and Cthulhu would just, like, file down the center. It was, it's pretty good.
I mastered this frag grenade spot from Spawn that you could get that would land right in the front door of the church.
Oh, no.
And it was like 50% kill rate, I swear, man. People would always go to yeet it out of there when the bell rang. And yeah, if you cooked it right, it would be like an insta kill once it landed. It was good.
Yeah, I remember just like really loving the revolver. Always trying to kind of be a 6-shooter. Not favouring that boss G. That was before boss G got ACOG, wasn't it?
One thing I've been wanting to ask is, Raven, surely you play something while running Q on that keyboard behind you? Surely.
I would love to, but actually, unfortunately, I need to fix some stuff because
Yeah.
MIDI keyboard, so the sound output messes with Discord. So if I go to play something, then everything dies.
That's a shame. 'Cause I mean, I think that'd be a great sort of, especially every Pro League sort of interview, instead of having any sort of like outro, just play a tune on the keyboard.
Play everybody in. Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. I'd be down for that.
Goals right there. All right, that's your homework for next week, Raven.
Okay, sure. I'll try to fix that.
I actually have. I got my electric guitar out the other day, and I've been trying to figure out how to get it going with my PC again. Because I do have like an input or audio interface that has an extra input other than my mic, so I could potentially chuck it in there. And
Surely instead of improv sort of jam session after every map.
you know, I've been thinking, especially in lockdown, like being able to play music with people remotely would be awesome. Problem is, it just doesn't work because of the like 1 second time delay that kind of Discord or any voice over IP software introduces. Yeah.
I still can't believe how much the operator icons have actually changed.
The operator icons compared to
like
your
from
shirt.
Yeah, compared to like the season 1 ones, they're just completely different.
Yeah.
I don't even think I could. I honestly don't even think I can name half of these anymore. It was that long ago.
Stand up in front of the camera and we'll give it a shot.
Alright. Flat out, yeah.
Honestly,
I
having a
assume the
look
first
there,
one's Sledge.
I think that's Sledge. I think that was Twitch, Smoke.
Yeah.
I think that's Thermite.
Yeah.
No,
isn't
that's
Twitch the one with
Bandit.
the gears, or isn't Twitch the one with the gears?
Maybe it is. Yes, maybe Twitch was.
Doc is
I don't know.
Oh, maybe the blue one's Thatcher.
Could be.
Yeah.
Like an
No,
EMP,
that's-
right?
That one's obviously Rook.
Yeah.
I think Pulse.
yeah.
I'm guessing maybe.
What's the?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Pulse. I think is the
skull-
broken heart.
The skull with the scarf is Bandit.
Yes, and the other skull is the top hat Skalaz, I think.
Oh,
I want to say, is that
makes
Blitz?
sense.
I think that's Blitz.
Oh, Fuse, I think. I
Oh,
think
Fuse, yeah, maybe.
Blitz is the one above it with the the Medusa kind of one.
I'm trying to
Yes,
figure out
that
what the
makes
tree
more
one is, dude. What's the tree?
I need to look it up.
I kind of miss them though. Too. I was like, even though they didn't really reflect some of the operators, they sort of were just pretty sort of unique compared to the current ones. But I suppose the current ones are a lot more accurate.
Very different style. Oh yeah, no, I have the oh, we got a game. I have the
Tree one is Goyo. Whatever, Dinge.
what?
Digital in chat said tree one is Goyo.
Tree one is Goyo. What? So the tree one is Doc apparently.
Back in 2 seconds. Sorry.
Because he gives life? Is that meant to be like
I
super
think-
symbolic or something?
I think so. I think that's it.
Oh jeez.
I'll chuck it in the in our Discord chat. There's a link to a Reddit post. I might chuck it in the stream chat as well.
Yeah. Cool.
Top left is Tracer. Not sure about that one, mate. You should do a thing where you improv a song after every match and summarize the match in the song.
Oh yeah, I started typing back to that. I think you guys are overestimating at least my musical ability.
Oh, look, we can say ow. We can say ow. I definitely don't plan to be able to do that. Oh no.
Slow loading times again. Mr. Uncle Pizza time.
Yeah, Uncle Pizza time.
Come on, pizza man.
Alright, here we go.
If anyone in chat does have questions for myself, Raven, or Warden, feel free to chuck them in chat, and we'll get to them as well.
It can be about anything as well. It doesn't have to be Grand Larceny or Warden's shirt or whatever.
Doesn't
Whatever you
have to
guys
be
want.
about Raven's keyboard.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes open and your gun in your hands.
I keep forgetting that you actually have gadgets.
Yeah.
I don't think most people use them, to be honest.
Except for the
I'm
Ella
gonna be the
players.
guy. I'm gonna be the guy that calls on Dockerby.
Oh, yes. So, the objectives spawn different every time.
Oh, it's time, bro.
Oh my god, this doc is like sniping me, mate.
Oh, I got peeked. He peeked my flash. No way.
I got your revenge. Oh my
Thanks,
god,
bro.
you like... This is big brain, mate. This is big brain.
Oh,
I
got the save.
Put the screws on.
I
No!
already point out we're against Stigs.
No?
Yeah, I just. Oh,
Oh mate, I have the strat. I have the strat.
I didn't think this through.
Hey.
Stratting him!
It's a new boss in town.
Yeah, that sticks. Perfect.
I think that's actually his account. Now that it's
Indeed.
on ranks.
Level 280. Yeah. Could be. Might not be.
I feel like Sticks will be ranked.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought. Unless my data center's wrong. No, definitely correct data center. I don't know. I don't know. What shotgun does Ash have? Oh, the FBI one. Yeah, nah.
Pretty good.
Gridlock is underrated. So underrated, dude.
I'll try Ash.
Some Didge pointed out the Fnatic boys run FNC, not Fnatic, so that is not Sticks.
That is actually a good point.
Oh, good point. Oh my
didn't
god,
even
I didn't
notice.
click.
So someone with a
Oh,
level
jeez.
280 account
Keep your eyes open.
called themselves
and your
Sticks.
gun in
Alright.
your hands.
Wait, this has a red dot on it.
You can put them on it.
Can you? Oh.
Oh, they're
Open
reinforcing.
it
It's
up,
cheating.
Cotton! I'm yeeting it with all my Cotton.
Whoa. Ah!
Oh, I just deleted that
Where is
Valkyrie.
he dying from? Gridlock is the strat, I'm telling you. Smoke grenades, so...
Cracking the safe. Cracking the safe.
I got it! He was on me, I didn't even realize there was another safe in that room. Careful, there's a dude in this room. On the other side of the generator, I think. Nope. No idea.
What about, bro?
Oh my god, this is terrifying.
Oh! Oh, it's you. Up! Behind. Above? Above.
Oh.
He's above.
One clinker
Yes.
remaining.
You win these,
Jeez,
mate.
this is
You
scary.
win these.
And the dialogue options are very cool, very 1930s-esque.
We're
No!
not laid out in a flower.
Someone's calling you and me out, Raven, for not knowing what the Fanatics tag was.
Well, I can answer his question. Casters actually know nothing, guys. I just want you to know that.
Oh no.
I mean, you already get to see everything that goes on. It'll be a bit unfair if you knew everything as well.
Exactly, right? Exactly.
Like, there is operators missing, right? Like, I'm not... There has to be, I just can't...
Yeah, there
Is
are.
there?
There are definitely operators missing.
But who?
Tachanka?
Oh, yes.
There's one from each, at least one from each thing, I think.
Tachanka's
Oh, no,
missing.
Cav isn't here.
Cav's missing. Valkyrie, no.
See, that's
Valk.
it's kind of weird. Why would Cav be missing?
Oh, no.
There's no pistols, so it's a bit odd.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
not sure.
Clash. I'm guessing Clash isn't there.
Yeah, Clash is definitely not.
Yeah, I mean, you could kind of, in theory, as long as the animation's there, they could have put that there.
Let's
Sure.
see if these pikers have
Oh, I feel really fast. So, let's see, can I... Moment of truth.
Swapping man!
Oh! I just got wrecked. I injured one.
Oh my god, there's
Wait, what if you
Three in
shoot
that
like
room,
a
dude.
circle around the safe?
Oh, so no one can get to it? That's genius!
Oh,
Oh, never mind.
maybe not. Wait, is that? Wait,
Is that floating?
wait.
oh. What?
The clinkers have just cracked a safe.
The clean kickers have cracked a safe, mate.
Clinkers need one more safe. Don't let them have it.
So Asbag
No,
asked what our
pizza!
thoughts are. If you could choose between 1080 240 Hz or 1440 144, what would you go for?
Clinker's got away with us sweating.
1080p, 240. I actually play at 1440p, 144 hertz. So for now, I would probably go with that.
Yeah? I mean, the higher res definitely helps a bit, right?
Oh,
Extra
I
pixels.
love it. Yeah, I sometimes go down to 1080 just to make my frame rate a bit more steady, but I definitely prefer the that higher resolution. Someone's asking when are the tips coming. Well, I'd like to think we had some pretty good mute and theme park strats earlier. If you want, you can go and rewatch the VOD, both here and on YouTube, Rainbow Six ANZ. Or you can stick around and watch some of this amazing gameplay. We can try and give you some tips on this mode.
Tips for Grand Larceny.
I'm not sure if we're qualified, as this is only our second game now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's killing time. We're not paying you by the hour.
It's killing time, and we're not paying you by the hour.
You could definitely, if there's a safe like near the wall, like you could shoot in front of it. It just gives them less options in terms of, wow, I just got stunned. That was nuts.
Oh my god, I hear someone with that auto shotty. I'm scared.
Oh,
Where?
jeez.
Where am I dying from?
That's,
He's repelling!
where?
Where am I dying from? This ash
Repelling
is
is
somehow
somebody.
hitting me, repelling upside down.
Oh,
Oh,
on
she
the
was
window,
hitting.
you
She was hip
Yeah.
firing me. She was hitting me somehow. And yeah, she was out there, Wood. Yes, get him.
Grand work.
Oh man. Someone says, "Dev, funny you mentioned that. I came across a few monitors at 4040p, but capable of 240. Good investment when the 3080 is available." Huh?
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be lucky to push, 240 frames at that res. I have a GTX 1080, and I managed to push out about 150 steady with the with my in 1440p, and I have pretty high in-game settings. Is the Silpanani still in here? Well, there's no bark on attack.
Frost has it, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Frost has it, yeah. But Warden just got that final kill with.
Right, yeah. If we come through and win this on the attack, then we'll get to see a new windscreen.
Yes.
All right,
Pressure's
boys,
on.
pressure's on. Yeah.
Are you ready to gamble it all?
Who just said that? Was that Finker's voice? Because it didn't sound like Fuse's voice.
I just had a weird voice thing, so I guess it is Finker's voice.
You can see where
I don't
people
know.
are by seeing the fingers moving.
Yeah.
I think the strategy just
Yes.
needs to go bottom floor, I think, by the looks of it.
Go bottom up.
Yeah, I think
Oh my
because
God.
two safes are down here as it is.
People sit scaring me in the corner of the room. And yeah, I think you're right. Bottom floor seems pretty good. People just sit above you though.
Oh,
They're on our
Yeah.
trail.
yeah,
One clinker remaining.
maybe not.
Oh, Jesus,
Oh, no.
got rolled.
Next time.
Alright, well,
Like-
didn't we get one extra round this game, so surely we win the next one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we just come off saying the pressure's on and then we get flawless. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So, is Jaeger with a special headgear? No, that's not.
No, I think that's an Alpha Pack legendary though, right?
Yeah,
maybe.
that's not like a
Not an event though.
No. I'm gonna jump back to the face cams for a minute while we wait for the next game.
Go for it.
So Warden, how many more you got time for?
I'm good all the way to 10.
All right,
So,
easy. Ooh.
every single time I play this, I just keep reminiscing about that Halloween game mode, though.
Yeah.
Like the different strategies you'd have to do for defense.
What were the opening lines? I'm trying to remember. Oh,
I haven't the foggiest idea, to be
Something
No,
about.
I don't remember them
It
either.
was about Doc, right? And he was like the evil.
Yeah.
Been experimenting.
Well, wasn't
on
Doc
them.
like torturing Bandit or something in that electric chair in the intro?
Yep. Yeah. Creepy stuff.
Favorite event of all time? Well, I think we've definitely made it clear that Warden's favorite event is the Halloween one.
Definitely. That'll Showdown, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, me personally is Showdown. What about you, Zev? I can't remember.
I'm pretty torn to be honest. Showdown was probably the one I could play the most. Rainbow is Magic was definitely my favorite aesthetic, especially because especially because it was kind of the first big, like, really different event. I really enjoyed that.
Going back, I think we did the Talking Siege, and we actually played that game mode together, I think, on the exact same time.
Yep, it was you, me, would have been Sky Cthulhu, and who else did we have on that episode? It wasn't Shade, it was someone else from X
Yeah,
Alien.
there was another player. I can't remember though as well.
Was it Golden?
No.
No.
I honestly can't remember.
Oh.
I have no idea. I have to admit, one of my favorite shocks in the game is definitely Rooks and Docks. It's just so satisfying to do like the pump action with grip on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very clean.
Would you have to attach it in this mode? Because it doesn't. Would it not?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay.
I used to love my
I
favorite
forget.
casual loadout is that shotgun and a revolver.
Yeah. Oh.
I still remember back in the day, Nico used to make like revolver montages
Yeah,
because he
I
used to just
remember.
run
I
around
hope
it.
you're
That was
Nico
nuts.
used to scare me with that revolver.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I'm getting
Sophia.
stratted on, mate.
Yeah. Oh my god, I just got rushed by Finker.
Oh, and there's two people with better shotguns than me.
Strategies.
One of the safes has been cracked.
Oh my god.
Those concussions are so annoying, dude.
I know!
Wait, you're Warden. What are you doing?
Warden can still
Glasses
get
on,
concussed.
mate.
Warden can still get concussed.
Half health.
Huh? I thought you
Dude.
put your glasses on. Get rid of it.
No, it's not a flash.
I swear you can still do it.
Right then.
I would like to think that I would know, but I honestly have no idea.
Yo, I mean, that's the thing, right? We don't get much gameplay,
Oh my
so I think a lot
god!
of people...
How did he kill me
I
from
think-
all the way over there?
I think it definitely has started to with the Ying buff that came into effect.
Yes,
But he definitely isn't
Right, yeah.
sort of. He's very useful in the right situation, but
Yeah.
getting to be that situation is sort of the hard part. Especially with them removing Bank as well. That was probably one of his strongest maps, sitting on the blue stairs.
Oh!
Finish him! He's Zephyr!
Oh,
He can pick himself up!
Leaving the door is high.
That scared me. This Zephyr is just too good. Every time I see a Zephyr in this game mode or an Ella, I'm just terrified. Oh.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Alright, I'll test your theory and see whether I can clear the
Alright.
Zephyr thing. Why don't we just reinforce that wall that they keep opening? I'm
I keep
starting-
forgetting about reinforcements, so...
I'm
I
doing
think
it.
we get one. I think each.
Oh really? Someone come reinforce this wall with me.
Alright.
If these guys are stratting it out, I'm stratting it out.
That's hoping we can actually get there in time to get.
It's just gonna get Zephyr'd right at the start.
Oh, actually, yeah, we kept forgetting to test the Oryx thing as well. What if you got
Yeah.
Oryx floors?
I played it, but I don't think I didn't actually like try and jump through the floor. I have a feeling it won't work.
Alright. I'll give it
It's a shame you
try. I have
can't
a
just
feeling
like
it won't.
body slam the floors.
Lasses.
Come on, Raven!
Yeah.
Quick, Raven!
No, can't do it.
I'm getting it. Please don't get. Ah!
Yes!
Ah!
No! No! Damn it! Oh my god! They concussed me and it cancelled the animation of me reinforcing it. I was like almost fully Rio.
Oh, I got rushed with a Ying, dude. No.
Oh man, the strats in this game mode are too good, mate. I'm pretty sure it's like impossible to reinforce that wall if they just Zephyr you.
There's only one of us left.
So did neither of you get your reinforcement up?
No.
Nah, mine got cancelled at the very end, pretty much.
Same, dude.
Rip.
God damn.
I suppose it probably would have been faster if I just like shot on the floor and fell directly on top of the wall rather than running all the way down the stairs.
True.
Maybe
I
that's
guess
the play.
must be a spawn point that's maybe closer to it.
I mean, I went on the first floor spawn point. I was pretty close. I spawned right up next to it, but it takes like 9 seconds or something to reinforce. Put a claymore down.
I definitely missed those Halloween reinforcements. Kind of wish they were in the normal game, like the 1 second reinforcements or something.
Yeah.
So quick.
Oh my god, that FO12. Claymore!
It's all
Oh.
over now. But at least you tried.
That
your best.
FO12, man.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Jesus. It's like an SMG. Attack. Alright, do we strat it out back at them?
Well, I'm just gonna go Maru because I feel like that was a pretty good strat.
Alright. You know what, I'm
Straight
gonna
off the top.
do my gridlock strat again. I'm just gonna see if I can get away with doing some objectives with smokes.
I feel like Ying will be pretty strong.
Yeah, well it
Yeah,
destroyed
definitely.
Raven last round.
Yep.
I should have
Just realized I was running breaching charges. That kind of seems pointless.
yeah. I should have kept the Warden alive a bit longer and counted that Ying.
Exactly. I agree. We still didn't get to test the concussion thing either.
So we're coming to the conclusion that last round was all Devmarta's fault.
Yes.
So that works for me.
Look,
so.
Engage.
You're catching up to exactly how we play rank matches, so... Alright, here we go.
They're trying to reel it.
Top floor.
Oh, I may have or may not miss my Ying.
I got dog.
Oh, he's in there.
Oh no, flash!
I got the dock.
The guy's in the middle of that room next to Dev. Behind that center thing.
Got another one.
Oh my god, he's right next to me!
What?
Let's see how they look on ice.
He got some armor.
We've eliminated the fight.
We won a round, my friends!
Now, surely we just win the game, right? Surely.
Reverse sweep. Oh, he's still
Oh, that guy
good.
was AFK.
Did he just say Warden counters severe concussions? Well, that's what I'm saying, Fnatic. I don't think it does, but these guys do.
We're both not 100% sure.
Yeah, I honestly haven't slightest idea. I hope it does.
I just thought it did. I thought it did. I felt like I remembered using it once.
But like,
But
why would
maybe
it?
I'm wrong.
I mean, because it's like meant to be.
I mean,
a
why
concussion,
wouldn't it, though?
right? It's meant to like hit your head, like not your eyes. It's meant to concuss you, not like blind you.
But you have blurry vision, right? I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
Skythet reckons it slightly reduces it or something.
Okay, yeah, could be right. We will have to test. We'll have to figure it out.
Maybe, in the overtime when we come back and they reverse
Get
sweep.
started.
Oh wait, no, it's 2-1. I thought we were
Yeah,
losing.
rematch
I thought we
back.
lost both of our
No.
defenses.
I'll make clutch the first round.
He did?
Didn't he?
Memory is shocking.
Yeah, because he killed that Zephyr on the stairs and you were worried he wasn't gonna.
Oh, they've reinforced this wall. I didn't get there in time.
Oh no!
Oh no, I'm dead.
I'm going large this round, boys.
Uh-oh.
Get out of here, Ella! No!
Down to one.
Whenever I see that FO12, I'm just like, no.
It's like the slower you take game mode, I think the worse it is.
Be avenged.
Because people can't hear anything anyway, so you might as well just rush.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Alright,
Okay,
this is
there's
our
another tip.
opportunity.
Strategy is just rush.
We have the attack now. Now, there are options here. Do we rush that wall and try and open it before they rear it, or do I bring thermite?
Oh my god. What's you? I'm just gonna go Maru again.
I knew, dude. I'm gonna give them a taste of their own medicine. I've done a deal with the devil. Oh.
Interesting that Nook is in, but not Cav. Because initially I was like, oh, maybe it's OP for Cav to be in because you just would never hear her, right? But
Yeah, but you can't hear anything, so it doesn't matter.
yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Why would they not put Cav in there?
I think the most powerful thing in this game mode is the FO12.
We've laid our plans.
Yes.
Let
I mean,
us
I've
get
said
to
that.
red.
I've never actually played with it, only against it. These guys gonna be reinforcing this wall. $10.
I'm definitely gonna go top floor. I think top floor's the strat. Gonna shoot down on people, right?
How does he see me? So confused.
Oh, I'm still dead.
Oh my god! Alright.
Find a safe.
Nice one, boys.
Oh, the FO12
Quick
is
up
just
the ball.
way too good,
Down
bro.
to 1.
Oh, he's 1 HP at least. The L is 1 HP, Dev.
Where?
Nice.
They didn't think this
I just heard
This
him!
is the one. This is the 1 HP guy.
And it's
There's no way you
FO12
lose
versus
this.
FO12,
Yeah.
bro.
No way you lose this. Oh,
Oh my gosh. Got time, got time. Oh, hello. Spotted? I'm just getting spotted constantly.
defaults? Has to be defaults, right?
I
Oh
do-
no, they're gonna
yeah.
have Valkyrie. You could just try it for 2 safes, dude.
Surely if I was him, I'd hide next to 2 of the safes.
I win these.
Get the last safe.
I hear his feet. You guess where though?
I think
Must
he's
be
below.
below. Oh, bro.
It's part of the strat, boys. It's part of the strat. How do I get over
Four.
there safely? Oh!
Oh, that way.
You can shoot the safe and get it down to you. I think the ones to your
Oh,
left.
that's a good idea.
But he's above there, I think. Yeah, he's definitely up there.
Got 25 seconds. Oh.
Time's racing. You've got 15 seconds. 10 seconds remaining.
He's in
To
that
your left,
room.
to your left.
Oh, dude.
I thought the wall's open in the kill cam.
Yeah, what the hell?
It wasn't in mine. There you go.
Oh, it's the same.
Oh, it is the
animation.
same.
I
Yeah,
thought it
you're
was
right.
different.
Oh, mate, that was the more intense than 90% of my ranked games.
Oh, you also have the wrong shotgun in the animation as well. didn't you?
Yeah, I noticed that happen.
about
It's always that specific shotgun there. The
Ah.
So that probably looks better if they're doing the pump action between sort of shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sky reckons it's just the flash-based gadgets or like the visual
Ah,
ones.
damn.
So not
For some reason I thought it worked. I don't know why. I don't know.
I reckon we got time for one more here.
Absolutely.
Now that we figured out the strats.
Yeah. Okay. Rats.
I literally spent a whole 2 minutes in that 1v2 or 1v1.
I mean, it worked.
I guess so. I used all my time. You know, at the end, what won it for me? I saw his laser on the door, and so I
Yeah.
thought he's probably in the left side. So I just minced the wall open.
Yep. A great learning point there, you know, if you run the laser sight, or the laser sight, you have to
Yeah.
think about your placement if you're holding an angle.
So there you go, Raven. We are in fact doing tips tonight. I'll have another look at the collection. Oh, never mind. We have
But,
partially
you know.
new opponents.
Yep.
We still have that guy that plays the FO12 every round though. Here's a strat for you. If you use the hell out of the building, get 2 TK in one blow. Get spanned 30 minutes for TK. Alright. I like the way you think.
Sounds good.
Oh, I don't know. Who do I want to play? I'm playing.
Like, oh, I'll go Cade with a TCSG, but sad.
Yeah, no. That's what I was playing. Like I was gonna pick Vigil or Dokubi before. Who else has the?
Yeah, I guess the TCSG would be way too good in this, right? If they're
Yeah.
buffing the actual damage.
Well, I
and
mean,
stuff.
like, yes and no, because at the same time, you wouldn't be able to destroy like, anywhere near as much as you would with any of the other shotguns, but at the same time, you could spawn peaks.
Yeah.
I think it's just a bit of an advantage to be able to take like pixel gunfights when literally no one else can.
Yeah.
Except for Zafir and Ella, obviously. They can take any gunfight.
I kind of miss old Hereford. I like this.
Yeah.
The bludgers are on their way.
Oh, I hear that FO12.
Oh no! I got shot before I blew up my C4. They're trying to push through that main wall.
Of course
And
they are.
Sophia's going garage. Sophia's going garage.
Oh, no, I'm bad.
You're supposed to be defending.
Oh my god.
Down to a single lookout.
Bait your teammate.
Nope.
That's why shotguns have more recoil than they normally do.
Our entire game is food for the rats.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, mate. Alright. That was a bit scary. Jesus. Okay. Oh. Yeah, no, that shotgun is not the play. I apologize to all headphone users.
Yeah, you totally peeked out, dude.
Sorry guys.
Wait, can I chuck a mirror on that wall? That outside wall?
Yes!
Oh yeah. Yes.
Do it.
That means you have to reinforce it though.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm gonna chuck I want my disc outside so that the explosives.
plays.
Yeah, dude. I actually have plays. This game mode is Dev Screaming Simulator. Yeah, you're not wrong. All of the arcade
Nope.
playlists are. Right, we are going to counter strat these bad boys.
The game's afoot.
We got so disoriented there for a sec.
Oh.
Raising our defenses. Maggots ready.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Oh no! I couldn't
Yes!
even do a proper
It
mirror.
works, bro! My thing destroyed the. Oh!
Ah,
what?
there's an aid! And wait, where'd I die from?
How did I get shot?
Oh, he's on
Below?
the wall! He's like on the wall to the right of the reinforcement.
Oh, I totally see that.
Damn, that's big brain
What?
right there.
You can sit on that? You can rappel there?
He's not even
Oh, no.
repelled, he's just standing on it, I think.
I didn't even know you could stand there.
Oh, I'm getting shot from below. Oh, or is it above? I don't even know. Oh yeah, I'm
You are
down.
Doc at least.
What was
shit.
that, bro? What was that?
I just shot at the ground.
Oh no.
Where was that? Was it above?
I have no idea, bro.
Oh my god, I just never know where I'm getting shot from, eh?
Underneath, always.
Always.
People just walk around shooting up to the
I just
floor.
remembered that even Doc was buffed. I forgot about that. He used to never be able to stim himself. He couldn't overheal either.
Tried your
Yeah,
best.
yeah, I remember when they introduced that. 10 out of 10 stem. McBrewski's is a
Just tried to repair the floor, you know, but I guess that doesn't work. Oh, at least we tested it. Haha.
Yeah, nice.
I just imagine the issues that would bring. You could just stim and just the floor just comes back together.
Oh jeez.
Getting pretty creative. Look, I'm not gonna question the Amaru pick, mate. It's too good.
See,
Yeah,
it
I
works
think-
for Raven, so surely it works for me.
Yeah, no, she shines on this game mode, man. Because you get in much quicker than they expect, and you have that small element of surprise.
I would use Ying, but I'm just sick of that shotgun. The 612. It's not the play. It's so slow.
Thing with Amara is you just have to make sure you get into a room they're not already in. Otherwise, you're
Yes.
screwed.
You want the scratch? Get started.
All right.
Oh, Puppy Chalice is in, bro. Oh. Ah, below. Oh, he's right behind me. No way.
There's one. I'm an objective focused man.
Put the screws on. One to go.
Got someone.
3v1. We're about to get it.
This through.
Hey! Too easy. That was
Got
too
what we
easy.
came for.
What even happened there?
So they're called the Blighters and the Blink.
Blighters and clinkers. Okay. Mate, if you blink, you miss it in this game mode. Honestly, it happens so fast.
Can't believe you just did.
Oh wait,
I can't believe.
that was not intended to be.
That was
If you hadn't said that, Warden, I would not have twigged. Oh man.
It's like the other night when we accidentally were making elevate puns.
Yes. I was so.
Must have been a very elevating experience.
Oh yeah, mate.
So I'm sorry, that was so bad.
Questions?
That was
Yeah, I can
a
think of so
long
many, but-
night of games. Tuesday night.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh my lord, dude. I don't think we'll ever have a broadcast night as long as that night. It's definitely
you're right.
a long-standing record.
I don't know, man. I'm still getting flashback to the ANZ Invitational.
You had that?
Yeah, I was Corvo versus
Oh
Atletico
man,
back then.
I forgot about that.
I think that was like, well, that was the best of 5 that went on for like 6 hours or something.
Yeah,
I think it
that's
ended at like 12 o'clock or something
You're
crazy.
red hot. You've
That was a very fun LAN though for the first one.
Yeah.
We've got one left. One left. Let's see if it goes nice.
Oh, jeez.
From my POV, that guy just went flying.
Yeah, this guy got shot by all 3 of us at the same time, I think.
Oh no. That Finker, Finker actually runs the French shotgun, not the
Yeah,
not the Russian one.
Russian.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I don't know how they really calculated that, but hey,
Sharing the love.
They calculate it though?
I guess not. Maybe it's just random.
Yeah. I feel like it probably is. It probably would be. I mean, like, you would think that they would run the same faction operators, but I guess they're not.
Well, Finker actually has a shotgun.
She
Yeah,
has
it's
the
weird.
Dash G,
It's
doesn't she?
different because
Yeah.
like both the French operators have the French one, but like Pulse has the Supernova, for example.
Oh really?
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird.
I'm still sad Blackbeard doesn't get a shotgun, to be honest. Can you imagine that?
Shotgun.
Guys,
Spaz
I-
12 with the shield.
A wide swinging
That
knife.
was nuts.
Alright guys, I have to strat this round. You know that wall we usually try and Rio? It's getting open. No! Don't! Open the floor! I'm stuck! No!
That worked out so well.
You just opened the floor under me. I literally said I got a strap for it. I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, I know.
I spawn peeked with Spaz 12 and I'm not ashamed.
Oh, damn.
I just one-shot that guy. Oh, you almost gassed me, mate. What's that about?
Yeah, I was trying to smoke you to stay out, but it didn't work.
Fuse is hiding outside.
Where?
Oh, he's behind that concrete wall.
Loiter thereabouts. Now they know where you are.
Good call, bro. Oh man, RX is my new favorite in this game mode.
Only thing left to do is hide the bodies. Grand work.
The ability to just yeet outside is unparalleled.
2 in a row. We're getting
Look at
insane at
us.
this.
Hell yeah.
Figured out the strats, you know, that was
We
it.
really have.
So that skin that's on that shotgun, that's the universal skin that's in the bundle, right?
Oh,
I'm really like that skin looks really nice.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
cool.
I haven't seen that one yet. I'll go
Yeah,
have
I
a
think
look
it's a
at
bundle you can just get in the store, and it comes with the universal skin and charm.
that. I'll go have a look. One more then? You reckon? Do you have to go at 10? Because if you have to go at 10, we're not going to have time for the one more game, I reckon.
Yeah, preferably.
Okay, now let's call it there. Let's call it there.
We got the
War
2-win
ahead.
streak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, quit while you're ahead.
That's my rank motto. If you win like more than 3 in a row, just quit.
See,
It's so hard to balance, man, because it's like when you win, you feel so good, and you're like, oh, I could totally go one more, right?
yeah, no, that's.
And then
me.
when you lose, it's like, oh, I don't want to end on a loss, so then I'm gonna go one more. And it's just the one more trap.
And I feel like when you do lose a game, it either fits into, oh, that was so close, we can win the next one, or that was a write-off. Like, don't just forget that even happened. Let's just do another one.
Are you unqueuing us, by the way?
Oh, I did not realize it was still cute. I completely
I think my general strategy is play until you lose.
and then
Unless you
stop.
lose
Okay.
the first one, then it's just disappointing.
Well, the problem is if I just played until I lose, I wouldn't get to play very much.
Yeah, we know who's to blame for that, right?
You, come on, mate.
Yes, definitely me.
So, like, I know we got a bit distracted with Grand Larceny, but we did actually have a topic for tonight, Mute and Theme Park. So, let's kind of go back over a bit, and I think one of the surprises for me when talking particularly about Theme Park, Warden, was you were saying that, you know, those top floor bomb sites, the daycare bunk and initiation office are your favorites instead of throne room.
Yep, I hate throne room. Drug lab to me is definitely more viable if you play it right, I suppose.
So, kind of, what are the basics? Like, I know we don't have the map in front of us, but the basic philosophy to holding that top floor, you kind of making rotate holes?
Yeah, just the more rotate holes, the better. And especially, not even just rotate holes, just as well as sort of kill holes and pixelings can open up, because a lot of the map you can sort of see through like 3-4 different rooms with like the right holes that you can make.
Yeah, right on. And with Mute in particular, we talked about Theme Park, but I think a lot of the kind of strategies you showed us with Mute were like universal for other things. So what are you thinking about when you're playing Mute? What are the main things?
Definitely, the biggest thing to think about is when you place your jammers is how you can actually protect that jammer and how much the attacker has to expose themselves to take out that jammer if Thatcher isn't available.
So ban Thatcher all the time when playing Mute.
Yeah, pretty much ban Thatcher.
Yeah, he gets banned a lot, so it's probably likely to happen.
He's very strong.
Yeah. It didn't actually get banned a lot this week in Pro League. That's something we're talking about
Oh,
right now.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I think
was
the
really
week
strange.
before, I think it did, but yeah, not this week.
Yeah.
It seemed to be open. I think for most maps.
So, we didn't go too much into detail about yourself, other than kind of how you got into comp. But did we get a one fun fact about Warden?
I don't think we did.
Can we get one now?
I can't think of it.
I can think of one.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
Tell us about your dog and about how he was
yes.
relocated.
Yeah, so originally I was one of the few New Zealand Pro League players. I think there's a couple more now. Cutie's one of them. I think there is 2 others. Can't remember. But then I moved over to Australia, and the Siege community is a big part of why I was able to get a dog over here. And I'm forever going to be thankful for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still hoping that one day we can get your dog on stream. But
Next interview, I'll make it happen.
all right, thank you. I'm gonna hold you to that one. So we've got 6 Masters coming up this week. Your opponent coming up is TBD, I believe.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So
And
yeah, continue, please.
definitely looking forward to the game. We've sort of had mixed results with TBD in the past. I think most of the time, I think it was map for map, from what I remember. So it will be definitely interesting to see if we can sort of repeat that, or better yet, take the 2-0, hopefully, be possible.
Yeah, hopefully. I know you guys got really close against Wildcard this week, so
Yeah.
anything is in reach. So we're also going to have another episode of Late Night Siege coming Friday. So 6 Masters, Tuesday, Wednesday on these channels, plus the Rainbow Six and Rainbow Six Esports, Twitch and YouTube respectively. Next Friday, come again, 8 p.m, we'll have another episode of Late Night Siege with a new guest coming on. You'll have to keep your eye on the Rainbow Six ANZ Twitter to see the reveal for that. And if you tune into the Six Masters broadcast this Wednesday, we should be saying it on stream. I'm actually not sure who's casting this week. I don't think it's me, but is it
Guz and I.
Yeah, so you can announce it on stream next Wednesday.
Oh.
So I guess now we got a little bit of a spotlight. So we're making really good time for you. So an opportunity to maybe talk about any other content that you've been working on, Warden. If you stream, if you just want to plug like your Twitter or any of your org stuff, anything you want to kind of put on there.
I definitely follow my Twitter, which is at Warden_R6. And although I am currently not streaming, I have done in the past and do plan to set up again very soon. And that's just WardenR6. And then obviously got a, at Team Ferox, GG on Twitter, of course.
Good stuff. Yeah, wonderful. And while we were on it, Raven, you've actually been doing a bit of content as well. Where do people go to look for that?
Yeah, you keep up with me on Twitter, Raven_casts. I have been doing a lot of different projects. I had the Red Bull response project that wrapped up a couple of weeks ago. That video is still kicking around on the Red Bull YouTube, but as well as my Twitter. And then Snowball Esports are doing a lot of content that I'm assisting with in bits and pieces as well. So if you chuck a follow on their Twitter, you can suss out the episode of last night's podcast that I did with them. Other than that, yeah, there's just heaps of stuff about Six Masters. And I really want to encourage people to totally watch the Six Masters VODs back for this week if you didn't, because those games were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you just mentioned, I also do freelance coaching. So you guys can try and find my thing on Fiverr. I don't know if there's actually a direct link. I've never looked for like a direct link that's not just gibberish. But you'll see the pictures of me. It's pretty obvious which one's my ad. So if you are interested, go for it. But otherwise, just shoot me a message on Discord.
Love it. And for me, I don't really stream very much or do any much YouTube these days, but Devmarta on Twitch and YouTube, Devmarta High on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you this Tuesday. And are you playing on Tuesday or Wednesday, Warden, this week?
We are playing on...
Just gotta double check it, eh?
Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday.
Awesome. So tune in on Tuesday, and Warden will see you there alongside Raven and Guz. But until then, see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.